Okay, so before I start this review, I have to state one thing. How is this made on a budget of 15 million? Like, this is- wait, it's even less?! Godzilla Minus One is written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki, stars Ryunosuke Kamiki, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Hidetika Yoshioka, sorry, and Minami Hamabi. And in post-war Japan, a new terror rises. Will the devastated people be able to survive, let alone fight back? Hello, you your beautiful movie lovers. My name is Louis, aka Movie Fandom, and I am a terrible reader. And today we are talking about the most recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla Minus One, which I have heard nothing but amazing things since people saw it, and I had to wait a little bit, mainly because of UK releases for no real reason. I don't know why. But anyways, I have finally seen it, and while I didn't see this in IMAX like I wanted to, I do feel like I saw this on a big enough screen and at least a good enough sound with it. So, okay, so point of reference, I really do love Godzilla. I'm a Godzilla fan, and admittedly, well, I just love Godzilla in general. Like, I just love Godzilla in general. I don't know why I did that part there, but I love Godzilla so much. I don't know what it is about him. I just love what he's like, his design, just what he does in general. Even with, like, it being so confusing, I don't know why it just confuses me, but in general, I do love Godzilla a lot, so I am a Godzilla fan, and yeah. And most recently with the MonsterVerse stuff, while I do like him as an anti-hero in it, it is interesting, but admittedly, I've kind of missed vicious Godzilla. Godzilla who doesn't give a shit about killing anyone. And, we get that in here. Oh boy, this movie really is as good as everyone is saying. To me anyways. I love this movie. This is what people have been saying, the best Godzilla movie. In fact, this is my personal favorite in general. This is not only the best, but also my personal favorite of it. Starting off obviously with the visual effects, because mostly everyone has been talking about it. They look stunning, and this movie was made on a budget of 15 million, which the director says was less. We don't have a full number for it as of recording this, but that's just what he says. And it's genuinely visually amazing, like, genuinely. There are times when you can feel the low budget, and you can tell that some of it is CG, but for like, all of it, even then, that just, I mean, genuinely, Jesus Christ. People have been talking about the atomic breath scene, and I was really curious with what they were meaning with it, like, what's Godzilla gonna do with it? And now seeing it, it is terrifying. Like, the entire scene off it is built up so perfectly, and the payoff to it is tragic, devastating, terrifying, but also just really entertaining to watch. Godzilla himself, his design is amazing in here, and just when his back, when all of it goes up, it just looks amazing. Literally. He looks so good in here. He has the roar, he has the look, it just works. I love seeing Godzilla in this movie. But surprisingly, I actually liked the characters more than Godzilla himself. In fact, well, I probably shouldn't say himself in this anyways, because they refer to him as an it, which I actually do really appreciate, actually. But I preferred the human characters themselves. They were interesting and had depth. For once in a Godzilla movie, I cared about the characters. I can't think of a single time, aside from the 2014 one with, well, the first 30 minutes, and then they just took a different direction, and, I still cared, but even then, I just, I didn't love the characters that much, but still, I did, still enjoy that movie. But the characters in here are amazing. Our main character here is, Koichi Shikishima, if I pronounced that right, played by Ryunosuke Kamiki. And I loved his character a lot. Like, he has so much depth to him. And basically, this movie is basically about tragedy, on how can you put the past behind you with what you did. And I love that part of the movie. It is my personal favorite part with the movie. He is amazing in here. His performance is amazing. I really do want him to get a nomination, even though most likely he won't. I loved his character in this movie. He had so much depth. His performance was fantastic. I loved his character, but the other characters themselves are also great. Even with me never really giving a shit about who gets killed by Godzilla in other movies, here, I did not want a single character to die. Admittedly, if I would say something with that, I'm not gonna spoil it, but people are definitely gonna be very mixed on, something that happens at the end, which admittedly, it felt a little cheap, but admittedly I did like it. It was a bit of a satisfying payoff, but still I wish they did a little more with it. Like, less of a cheap way for it, but anyways, yeah. I never wanted a character to die in this. All of them are likable, they can be funny and heartfelt. I loved the interaction with these characters, they're just great. Also, the final battle scene is actually my favorite battle scene of this entire year. Like, genuinely, it is amazing. I loved it. I loved what they did with the water in here, with Godzilla and water, and with what they were doing with it, either with camera shots or anything else like that. And I think it very much worked a lot. It looked visually stunning. It just was so much fun to watch. It was tense and just amazing, like, genuinely. Also with this has brilliant pacing. It does kind of feel like a slow-paced movie, but even with that, I never felt the runtime or was bored. It had a lot of great, development with the characters also, that can also be thanks to it. And also, there was some time jumps in the beginning in the movie that I was a little jarred by, but for the most part, but then I got used to it, and I actually loved that part a lot more because it showed us the depth of the characters. Overall, I don't really have that much issues with Godzilla Minus One. It is amazing. Easily the best Godzilla movie. It's visually stunning. It has beautiful moments, amazing characters, and Godzilla as a ravenous beast. I really do hope that we get a sequel to this, because they do set up a sequel of some kind, and if they have the right materials to do it, and the right things to do, and have the right ideas and all that, I would really want to see a sequel. In fact, I want to see it right now. And overall, I give Godzilla Minus One an A. So, those are my thoughts on Godzilla Minus One. What did you think about this movie? Did you love it, hate it? Let's agree, disagree down below in the comments. Come and tell me. My next, review will probably be for One Life and then The Boy and the Heron. I also do want to review something else. So, yeah, keep an eye out, for that, probably after this, hopefully. But anyways, that is it from me. I hope you're having a good day, I guess. And that's it from me, and as always, stay awesome.